love the deadpan delivery.
Yeah, because we're about to probably spend the next 45 minutes talking about the stupidest fucking team in Major League Baseball, or really any sports fucking team in history. And that's the fucking stupid ass Dodgers. So no, I'm not super hyped for this. All right, I'm not super stoked to be talking about this.
What are you talking about? You can join us. This is the time. This is time to get in, dude.
No, this is not the time to get in. The time to get in was like 5 years ago. It's not happening. You cannot get in after a World Series win. It's just not. You're a bandwagoner, and I refuse. And also, general principle, I refuse. From the event that happened 20 fucking years ago,
with Eric Karros.
We've already discussed this. Okay, we don't need to relive my trauma and give me more PTSD. Okay, but fuck the Dodgers. Fuck everybody involved with the Dodgers, and that goes triple for anybody that I actually personally know. So, anyways. Don't follow Adam on Instagram at All Gas No Trash Official or on YouTube.
Yeah.
And definitely don't fucking go to his stupid ass Substack page where that's all he does is talk about the fucking Dodgers and how it's related to music somehow. I don't even know how he pulls it off, his stupid ass Dodgers. Substack.com/ at All Gas No Trash Official. If you're not a dirty fucking borscht-loving communist, then you can go
pierogi-loving motherfucker.
if you don't eat the Balkan breakfast every fucking day, then you can go to fucking Game Rage magazine.
That shit looks great. I kind of want to try that shit out because it's just like all raw vegetables, a nice fucking deli meat, and you
and
go
a
to
long ass piece of French bread.
You just go to town on that shit.
I like how when he does like the onion, like the whole onion,
he just goes. I can't do that. I can't do that.
I think I could do that.
I don't think I can.
All right, you know what? We should try that. We should do an episode of BFN where we just eat the Balkan breakfast live on the podcast and see what happens. But anyways, yeah, Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Game Rage Mag on Twitter /X. All right, that's the plugs.
Yeah.
Okay, well, take it away there, homeboy, with your fucking. This is your show. I'm just here for fucking moral support and to possibly fucking annoy you.
Yeah, that's cool. No, hopefully this is just. I mean, I'm hoping that you find a way to piss off like just the MLB in general, like other MLB teams, because everybody's in a uproar about this whole Roki Sasaki deal. Not only because he went through the pageantry of picking teams, like, okay, so obviously this started back in November with him announcing that he's going to go to the MLB and go through the posting system and eventually get to being signed. So everybody was already losing their fucking mind that this thing was dragged out long enough because the post date that he started was like towards the end of the 2024 posting deadline. So like it was 2 or 3 days before. So he has like a 30-day period to sign. So it's like those 2 or 3 weeks were the holiday break. So he couldn't actually sign with anybody during that. It's like a dead period, right?
Yeah.
So he's just meeting with teams and talking and shit. So nobody actually knew what was going on until more recently, like this past week, where he started eliminating teams. And it was, you know, the New York Mets fell off, the New York Yankees fell off, the Rangers. Everybody was speculating that the Seattle Mariners might have had inside track because of Ichiro coercing him, possibly like, hey, this is a small market team. You can make your name here. You can be a standout dude. But unfortunately, they weren't even mentioned. But it was just really funny to see how this played out ultimately, with the last 3 teams being the San Diego Padres, which was one of the teams that was favored in signing him, and then the Toronto Blue Jays, who have been like the perennial bridesmaids for like anything significant in terms of signing a player, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, like the San Diego Padres were eliminated in 3rd place from signing Roki Sasaki. And it was just funny because everybody was so hyped about Roki wearing Padres gear, much like a college football player showing up to any number of colleges with their gear and shit and being decked out when they do like some type of tryout, or not a tryout, but like a showcase or whatever. And them being eliminated is just fucking hilarious. And ultimately, it came down to the Blue Jays and fucking Dodgers.
Yeah.
And the Blue Jays offered $12 million, and the Dodgers gave $6.5. So he ultimately decided going with the Dodgers to, well, I guess a team that's basically the fucking Avengers at this point. But a lot of people were saying that this is collusion and all this bullshit, and to no foundings whatsoever. Shit, I lost my place.
Oh, all right, whatever. Well, we had to pause for a second, but anyways, I will say this though about this whole situation. First of all, fuck Roki Sasaki. First of all, for fucking putting everybody through this goddamn drama and this for no fucking reason. You didn't need to fucking go through this whole fucking level of pageantry with, oh, which team I'm going. First of all, Roki Sasaki, you ain't it. You ain't the fucking guy yet. You do not deserve this level of fanfare. Oh, so what? You did pretty decent in the goddamn NPB. Who gives a fuck about that, first of all? Okay, that is not to the caliber or the level of Major League Baseball. It's not even in the same fucking arena, all right? It ain't even fucking close. Firstly and foremost, I hope, Roki Sasaki, that you tear both your fucking rotator cuffs the first time you go out on the field in, like, your first appearance. I hope that somehow you tear both your fucking rotator cuffs, and since you can walk, they'll let you walk off the field, and as you're walking off the field, you trip over the fucking chalk on the foul line, and you break your fucking ankle, tear an ACL, maybe even blow out your fucking Achilles, and then they have to cart you off, and you can't even do the thumbs up because your rotator cuffs are broken, so you can't even move your arm. So that's what I fucking hope. Okay, for putting us through all this horse shit. And I will say this to the haters of Roki. I'm not a hater of Roki Sasaki because of, oh, he signed with the Dodgers. No. I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck you for putting us through all this stupid ass garbage when you realistically, we all knew you were going to go there anyways to begin with. Don't be an asshole, okay? You haven't earned it. You haven't earned your right. You have no right, okay? Secondly, I will say this to the people who hate Roki Sasaki or hate the Dodgers or are bitching and complaining. You're an idiot. Because this isn't even the Dodgers. You know why the Dodgers were allowed to even fucking do this? Because they traded to the Reds, I think the Pirates, and I don't know, fucking a couple other teams. They traded shit to get more international pool money. So now, not only can they sign Roki Sasaki for a good amount of money, they still have money left over that they can maybe go sign another guy or two from fucking Japan.
They did.
Right.
Well, I mean, not Japanese players, but just international,
right? That's what. So now, so everybody wants to. No, you can thank the Reds for this because and all the other people complaining about like whatever, you know, this, that, or the other thing with salary caps. Sure, maybe there is an argument to be made, but when the other teams in the league, like the Reds are in the National League, right? You're gonna be playing the Dodgers. You're already uncompetitive, basically, to begin with, as it is. So you just furthering the Dodgers' agenda of domination. I don't feel sorry for you, Cincinnati Reds, when they whoop your ass fucking every single time you see them in the season. And in the odd chance that you may make the playoffs and end up having to play the Dodgers, I don't feel sorry for you at all when they whoop your ass because you fucking did it to yourself. You allowed it. You did it. You allowed it to happen. And so everyone else can just go fuck themselves, in my opinion, on this whole thing. This was drama that did not need to fucking be drama.
Well, the other part was Tanner Scott, who the San Diego Padres traded for. I don't know how many players they traded for this guy, but for him to end up in free agency and then sign a 4-year, $72 million deal the same weekend as Roki Sasaki signing is like, for a lot of people, it's cutting the cable cord, or it's them tuning out of baseball because the Dodgers essentially acquired a super team it already felt like a super team, but now it's like all the Infinity Gems have been aligned and allocated in the fucking Infinity Gauntlet. And I mean, whatever, dude. Every other team has the same opportunity in some regard. I do think that smaller market teams like the Pirates and shit like that, I mean, you're always going to be priced out. So maybe the route of spending as much money as possible is not the way to go. But
well, honestly, I hope they lose. I hope the Dodgers lose, and it shows everybody that you can't just buy a fucking World Series.
You can't. It's the baseball playoffs. It has the most parity. It's so fucking random.
Yeah.
It's the most random sports playoff system, or not system, but just the outcome of the playoffs is unlike any other sport. The best teams usually win in other sports. So
that's
just
not the case.
Huh?
That's not the case with baseball all the time.
No, it isn't. So it's like, this doesn't guarantee shit. If anything, it adds humor to baseball because, all right, Dodgers are now the team with the highest payroll, and they're going to be paying the competitive balance tax, where I think they're paying upwards of like $150 million just to have this roster, right? All right, that's going to be funny when they fucking lose the World Series, or if they lose in the World Series, everybody's going to fucking laugh. Be like, oh, look, they put this fucking team together. They can't even fucking win a World Series. But if anything, I think having a juggernaut team like this, I don't know. I actually don't know how this plays out. I don't know if back in the 90s, when the New York Yankees from 98 to 2000, when they were just like going to the World Series consistently, that it drew more interest in baseball just for people to see. Like, I don't know if it's like the same way in wrestling where people just want to see a heel champion fucking lose.
Yeah.
I don't know if it equates the same, if people tune out because a team wins too much and they're in the championship too much, or do they tune in because a team wins too much and they win too many champions? They want to see who the next motherfucker is going to take down this team, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess the Lakers would be a good example because they ran three-peats a couple times or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I think there was an aspect of people, there was like a weird in-between period where, yeah, the first three-peat or whatever, okay, cool, like, we'll just let it, like, that's when people, the next year, oh, then they just tune out, right? And then if you got them, once they come back again, they're like, well, fuck, I want to see these guys lose. And then you get to that weird middle period where then it's like, they're just going to win anyway. I'm not even going to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Dodgers are there yet. They've only won one. So
they won two, but not consecutively.
Yeah, I'm talking about this last one they won, right?
Yeah.
So like COVID, I don't really think I don't think anybody was watching fucking baseball anyways during that whole time. I don't think anybody gave a shit. So I will say that first one probably won't even, you can't even really count that one as like for the fan base or whatever, the people that watch baseball that aren't Dodger fans. I don't even really think you can count that one for that in that spectator aspect. But for that last one, yes, people that just like watching baseball and watching the World Series, they saw that and they tuned in. And I think this year they will tune in to see if the Dodgers come back. Now, if the Dodgers win 2 in a row, then you're going to get this. They'll probably tune in to, everybody wants to witness history. So you're either going to tune in to watch them lose or you're going to tune in to see them make the history.
Yeah.
So you can at least say, even though you're not, like, listen, I wasn't a Yankee fan at the time, but hey, yeah, I saw the Yankees win their fucking, all their World Series in a row. I watched it. I saw it. I necessarily wasn't a Cardinals fan or really, I mean, I was a Mark McGwire fan, I guess, back at the time. But like, yeah, I watched him hit the fucking 63rd home run or 62nd, whatever the fuck the number was back then. Home run. I didn't even like Barry Bonds and definitely was not a Giants fan. I watched him fucking hit his 73rd or 72nd or whatever the fuck the number was at the time to break the thing. So, you know, people sometimes just like watching shit to watch history potentially happen. So I do think, though, that there will be a segment of the audience that's not from LA or not Dodger fans that will tune out eventually. But I don't think that's going to even matter because LA is such a huge market, it doesn't even fucking matter. Now, if you had a team like the Cleveland Guardians be the one that wins, their market's not super huge. So those people will all watch everything, but then everybody else is going to go, I don't really care.
Yeah, I feel like that happens at, I guess to go on a tangent, I think we've also talked about it for college football, how now that they added more teams in a playoff system, I think it's 12 teams now, right?
Yeah.
Just based on ESPN owning, basically broadcasting exclusively the SEC, right?
Yeah.
That they would have a vested interest in having as many teams appear in the SEC. Therefore, in a similar note, baseball would be best when the biggest market teams usually make it towards the end.
Yeah.
Whether that's the Chicago Cubs, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees,
the Marlins. Because Florida's a good market for that, for baseball. Like, you know, yeah, you want your Boston, New York, LA, your San Francisco's.
All the major metropolitan areas of the U.S.
Yeah, your Chicago's, like you said. You want somebody from there making it to the playoffs at least every year. And then, yeah, you can have your little anomalies squirt in, your small market towns, whatever.
Yeah.
Or smaller markets, small to medium markets kick in there. But yeah, I think that the Dodgers will. I mean, and all this does, all buying a good roster does is it gives you the best possible chance. But like we had said, it doesn't guarantee you're gonna win. I mean, listen, these guys might all play fucking shitty together. And also, here's the other deal. I mean, how much did they spend on Roki Sasaki? What was the number for his contract?
It's like $5 or $6 million.
For what, a year? Or
no, it's for 6 years. But there's like, I think after year 3 or 4, it's arbitration. So it's like you can negotiate the.
Oh, so he's only getting like a couple $1 million a year then at this point, or $1 million a year.
But I mean, he's gonna make a heap off of endorsements anyway. So it's like it doesn't really matter.
That's if he fucking does well.
That's true. I mean,
because if he shits the bed, Nike ain't gonna be calling.
But even the same, like the selling point of just having all three of these guys that have been on the Japanese team for the WBC is like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be that they're performing well. I mean, if anyone had to perform well, it's definitely like Shohei Ohtani. But I mean, just the three of them alone is like it's an opportunity for marketing, I suppose, because it's like, oh man, you got a 3-headed. Everybody is touting it as like the fucking King Ghidorah of baseball, or like a 3-headed monster, the Blue Eyes ultimate fucking dragon.
Yeah. Exodia, all the pieces of Exodia are now in the Dodgers' hand potentially.
Yeah, but that in itself sells itself, I suppose. Yeah. So it doesn't mean that Roki Sasaki has to perform well, but I honestly don't even think he's going to pitch all that much for his first season because as it's been noted that he hasn't played a full fucking season, and in Japan you pitch every 7 days, so it's like,
well, they only play 80 games. They don't play 162 games, right?
They don't, but also the Dodgers, I feel like that was the telltale sign that they were going to sign him, is that they've adapted their whole rotation to a 6-man rotation, so everybody has 7 days rest with like a travel day, right?
Yeah,
or 7 days rest, so that they accommodated for everybody. You know, half their starting rotation is Japanese, so it's like, all right, we don't want these guys' arms falling off because we just paid a fuck ton. We paid $1 billion for 2 players. We want to make sure these guys fucking last, so that's why we got these other assholes that are, you know, U.S. born or U.S. Native to the U.S. that have been able to play 120 plus innings to begin with. So it's like they're essentially the arm jockeys for like the other guys. I guess is the way of phrasing it. But I don't know, man. I think hopefully this works out for both fandoms of people that just love baseball and for Dodger fans, because yeah, dude, would it be fucking funny if the Dodgers make it to the World Series like numerous times? They ultimately come out with like one or they're 1 of 5. Yeah, it'd be funny as fuck. Like, I already got mine, dude. Last year was like probably one of the greatest seasons I witnessed because of all the bullshit that went on during the regular season with all their guys' arms falling off and them just scraping by, getting to the playoffs. Not that they were scraping by to get to the playoffs, because they were already going to clinch, but just the way the things played out, and then also to play the fucking Yankees, like two historic franchises, like as old as baseball is itself. Like that's the one thing I think baseball has over football is, yeah, sure, like football I think has been around nearly as long as baseball, but there's something about baseball, dude. There's like the legacy. There's the legacy of like the home run leader. There's the World Series being around for like 100 fucking years. It's just cool shit. Like, I know it's not the ADHD catered type of sport where like the NFL, where there's just shit going on every 5 seconds. Like baseball is like something you enjoy because you have an attention span.
Yeah.
And it has legacy. It has impact on history itself here in the US. Like Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier for baseball. Like that was a big fucking deal. But I don't know, man, like as we progress in US history, baseball's always been there. I don't feel like football's had that same impact, in my opinion, but I don't know how you feel about that.
No, I mean, I agree with you. Baseball is much more historically significant than the NFL or the NBA or or any of that shit. Baseball has been referred to, it's America's pastime. Like it is true. That's what it is. And yeah, people who are historically inclined or who enjoy legacy, that's who watches baseball now. Yeah, you got some of these little assholes and that they had to put in the 30-second pitch clock or whatever to keep the shit moving.
Yeah.
In the end, I don't know if this will accelerate injury in pitchers. I do have a feeling it might, or it'll accelerate the wear on dudes' arms. But I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think it's made the game faster. I mean, it definitely has made the game more enjoyable.
Yeah.
They're not fiddle fucking around.
Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, especially with dudes that go off the mound, wander around, and do all that bullshit.
That is some fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah. I mean, that's like a 30-minute. That's like just 30 minutes there for everybody that just goes off the mound, takes a minute, gathers themselves. Like, I'm glad. And I even think that they could add 15 more seconds to the pitch clock, so it's not that much more additional time, but it's enough time to like it doesn't feel like you're constantly throwing a fucking pitch every like 18 seconds or whatever. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But as far as like sports in regards to like baseball and football, dude, baseball is worldly now. It's open to Japanese. It's trying to open itself up to European countries. I mean, mainly it's kind of been just Mexico, South Korea, Japan, and stuff like that. Taiwan. But just looking at the NFL, and I hate to say it, but like NFL is just insular to itself. Like people that play football are just from the U.S. It's not.
Well, North America, because Canadians have the Canadian like football league.
Right. Okay, that's fair. But I mean, as far as being a sport that's welcome to everybody, it's not really there. I mean, they're trying to do that by having games in Europe and shit. But baseball, it's like motherfuckers come here from other countries to be the best and get their bag. And that's where it's like, oh man, that to me embodies what like the US is, a melting pot of cultures and shit. And everybody's trying to get their slice of happiness or get their bag. And we all have to coexist and function as a society. And baseball is like a microcosm or a sample of that. And I think it is like embedded in the fabric of the US more so than any other sport in general. And like, I don't know. I fucking love baseball.
Yeah, me too. And I will say this, that I think if the MLB wasn't the last to fucking adopt every fucking goddamn thing, the MLB realistically should be the first of the American sports that has an international like team. Yeah. Now, in Canada doesn't really fucking count. And I don't really count Mexico either. But that should be the first fucking thing that has a division in Japan or an MLB division in fucking Korea or Asia, whatever you want to call it, an Asian fucking division. And it's just Japan. It's a couple teams in Japan, a couple teams in Korea. The first one that should have a fucking European fucking deal or South American, because they play that shit there. And baseball's played everywhere. Not everywhere plays fucking football. Not everywhere fucking plays hockey. Not everywhere fucking plays basketball. The only other thing that everyone else plays for sure is soccer. And we don't really play. It's not really that big here in America. Like it's all right, but like the MLS is like kind of garbage. Like it's nothing compared to
European soccer is more exciting, but that sport just fucking doesn't add up for me.
No, boring.
Considering how many people flop, and that's why I think I've been turned away from basketball, because it's become that where guys are just looking for fouls as opposed to just playing the fucking game. I mean, dude, people in the fucking 90s would throw fucking hands.
Oh, yeah.
Or I mean, you would elbow dudes in the gut just to get inside the paint, score a few points and shit. And now it's deteriorated more towards being like soccer, where guys are looking to draw fouls and shit. And this sport sucks ass, dude. No wonder it didn't fucking take off here, like, because this shit's fucking whack. But
yeah,
I digress. But anyways, that's more or less the episode.
Yeah, all right. I didn't have anything else to add other than, I will say this too. Fuck the Dodgers. Fuck anyone who's on the Dodgers.
That's
fuck
cool.
anyone who was on the Dodgers. Fuck anyone who didn't get their
be.
contract. First of all, fuck anyone who didn't get their contract re-signed from the Dodgers. Okay, first of all, you loser. Okay, you fucking asshole losers, pieces of shit. Can't even fucking maintain, fucking lucky to be there type motherfuckers.
Can't even figure out how to throw a fastball around the strike zone
fucking
consistently.
cocksuckers. Fucking can't even play more than fucking 35 innings a year. Fucking waste of money, asshole. All right, all these people. Okay, and then also fuck the Yankees and fuck Red Sox fans too. And you know what? I will say this also. If you're a fucking Blue Jays fan, I hate you so fucking much. I hate people who fucking love the Blue Jays. They're all just so nice and cheery, and you're all fucking assholes, really, okay? Go fuck yourself. You know, you ain't fooling nobody, okay? You ain't tricking me, and you ain't tricking nobody else.
No good tricks.
I will say this, too. I wish we would go back to the Houston Astros cheating days, because that was peak baseball, all right? Steroids and cheating, peak baseball, okay? I think that should be allowed. And also, I still don't think the Astros cheated. I think that was fucking, they just worked within the rules. And you fucking people who want to be like, they cheated, you're just losers. That's what you are. That's a loser fucking mentality right there.
And Barry Bonds should be the greatest player of all time.
What do you mean should be? He is.
And his record stands. His home run. Yeah.
There's no asterisk. As a matter of fact, they should give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom for fucking bringing more interest back to baseball. Okay?
Yeah.
And Jose Canseco and fucking Mark McGwire.
And Rafael Palmeiro.
Rafael Palmeiro, Sammy Sosa, corked bats. Hey, bitch, I'm just trying to make the game more fun. All right, go fuck yourselves. That's ridiculous. These fucking assholes.
Put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame for gambling.
Yeah, he should be actually in the Hall of Fame of gambling. Okay, like they should have a gambling wing.
Yeah,
at the fucking
show me his record for betting with the Reds.
Oh, I bet it was fucking stellar.
32-0. Like,
yeah,
no, I
bet it was fucking amazing. Yeah. So yeah, and that's what I believe. That is truly what I believe. And anyone else who disagrees with me, I think can just go fuck themselves. That's where we're at. So, anyways, all right, that'll be the end of the episode. Go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram, YouTube, and Substack.com/at All Gas No Trash Official. All right, well, fuck off.
Can I get a whole yeah?
Oh yeah.
That was Chirpin' from the Pine, the Game Rage Sports Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Follow us on X at Game Rage Mag. You can go to our website, www.gameragemagazine.com.